Hey there, and welcome to Coffee on the Porch with my dog Olaf. I'm Shannon Post, and something happened this morning that made me think of you, and I wanted to share it with you in case it helps you find a career and work that's fulfilling and that sustains you and that works with you and with your life. So that event that I was talking about really happens every single morning, or has happened every single morning since maybe late fall, early winter. I was at a ski meeting here with a local cross-country ski club, talking to a friend who, yep, that's loud. If you're new to this series, I live in Alaska at a rural airport and with a lot of very small planes, so don't think JFK or Dulles, think like a tiny airstrip with teeny little planes. But it's a pretty active airport. But back to the story. So I'm at there's the terrain. Everybody's going to join in. Everybody's going to join in for this lesson. And actually, all of these sounds do fold into this message that I want to share with you. So I don't think I'm going to cut them out. I think I'm going to leave them all in. We can hear airplanes, we can hear trains, Lord knows what else we'll hear. So I'm at the ski meeting, talking to a friend. They're fostering a cat. Long story short, I adopted this cat. And he is very different than any other cat I've ever known. He is more dog-like. It's very funny. My dog is basically a cat in a dog's body, and my cat is a dog in a cat's body. He wants to be with me all the time, wants to touch me all the time, wants to cuddle all the time, wants to, he's basically kind of a Labrador retriever, but in a cat. And what happens every morning when I wake up, we have this sort of soft wake up. He's learned that it doesn't serve him well to scream at me awake. That's not going to work. But as soon as I'm up and I start the coffee grinder, he starts the meowing. And he meows, he wants to go outside, he wants food, he wants attention, I don't know if he just sings the morning awake, maybe. And what I was thinking this morning when he started his incessant meowing, and it's possible you can actually hear him in the background, I don't know, but it made me think of what it's like to go to a job that you don't like every day, but you also don't have full capacity to change the situation either. So in the mornings, I know that Reva is going to meow his head off. He's going to be unhappy for unknown reasons or known reasons that I'm not going to address right in the moment. And sometimes that's true in our career as well. Sometimes we know we're in a job that isn't all that, and sometimes it's actually really annoying to hear day in and day out, but it also can fade to the background, but every once in a while it jumps to the foreground and becomes annoying enough that we deal with it for a while. We just hope it will go away on its own. But if your career journey is anything like my cat, that meowing is not going to stop. So what do you do if you're in a job? You've got that annoying background noise that you can ignore on the most part, but on a level it's also draining because it's that background noise, and occasionally it rises to a fever pitch, similar to living at the airport. Most of the time I can tune out the noise of the airport. It's not usually that noisy that often, only when the weather is nice, but occasionally it gets so loud I have to stop what I'm doing and it takes over. So sometimes our careers are like that. Sometimes it's a fight with our boss or a fight with a coworker, or there's something unjust in the workplace that comes right smack center and you want to walk away, but it's not reasonable to walk away. Maybe you have family to take care of or people to feed, or you have financial goals that you're working on, or you haven't found the right next job yet, or you don't know what the right next job is, so it doesn't make any sense to walk away. And here's what I found is useful, is getting yourself centered in a goal and having it written down, and not in the kind of bro podcast or optimize your whole life way, but in a way that is grounding and keeps you centered, so that when you are in those moments that are really loud and really uncomfortable, you have a view of why you're putting up with it. And I just want to be very clear, I'm not talking about physical violence. I'm not talking about that in any way. This is more like, that's annoying. I want to leave, but I shouldn't leave right now. It's not strategic. Having those long-term goals doesn't make it any better. It doesn't make whatever happened at work go away. It doesn't necessarily solve the problem, but it does help you self-regulate. And self-regulation is the key to almost all career change, because that's what allows you to make rational, heart-centered, whole-bodied decisions instead of flying off the handle, letting your instincts override, letting the situation take over, having somebody else force your hand. So having that plan of what is the point of staying in this job? So maybe it's a financial goal. Maybe you want to get your emergency fund set up. Maybe you want to pay off your house. I talk about this in the free guide. You can sign up, get it, it's free. And it's 7 steps that can keep you grounded, and so you feel more self-regulated. And one of those is penciling out what it's going to cost to leave, and what are the things, not even that like the bare minimum that you need to survive to leave this job, but what would be really nice if you got done. Because when you switch jobs, you lose a little bit of stability in your finances, even if you're in a better job. Like if you're trying to buy a house, they want stability. They want you at the same job. If you buy a car, if you are opening a new credit card, if you are opening anything like that, where your credit score needs to be stable, your job needs to be stable, they want that longevity in your finances, so you can actually use the job that you're in to address some of those things. So do you want to pay off some debt? Do you want to pay down some student loans? Do you want to pay off your car? Do you want to pay off your mortgage? What are your financial goals? Making sure that you have a good emergency fund. Maybe it's that you want to take care of some other people. Maybe you have a parent that is sick or something like that you want to get through before you move careers. Because as much as finding a new career is a great thing, it also brings change. In my course, I talk a lot about change saturation. You can just really only handle so much change at one time. And that's why oftentimes we don't make the move into seeking a new job, because our life is too chaotic and we can't handle one more thing, especially having gone through several turbulent years. If you've had a kid or a baby, or you've gotten married, or heck, even if you just got a new pet, that brings a level of chaos and change into your life. In those times when it doesn't make sense to leave, ground yourself in the practical things that you want to do before you add more chaos into your life. Because even though it's good chaos and it can absolutely transform your life into making it such a better thing, it's still change and it's still going to be some disruption. Go get the guide, get yourself grounded into why you're in the job, so that it doesn't feel like you're just tucking your head and accepting misery forever, because that's how it is and jobs suck. I don't believe that. I don't want you to believe that. This might just be a time of temporary discomfort, and figuring out ways to self-regulate and keep yourself grounded in why you're there may help you. So I'm going to go spend some time with my dog, Olaf, now. So that is the reason that I ignore my cat in the morning, because I have coffee on the porch with my dog. He also needs attention. So I'll talk to you soon, and I hope that was helpful. Bye.